Good morning, Virgo. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. It is always a privilege to have every single one of you. Virgo, this is your mid-October reading, where we're going to catch up and see what's going on the last part of October in this last week or so that we've got left. Just to touch base with your energy, I'm apologizing so very sincerely from the fact that it is so late in getting this out to you guys. As you can see, shelves full of herbs and things. I have condensed my retail space to an online experience for everybody. So if you're interested in checking out the full list of products and services, you can go to holisticallyzenwb.com for all of that. I love to dabble in herbs and crystals, and I've got so many things and blends and things like that that are really beneficial to the body, the mind, and the spirit. So that's my spiel on my delays, but things are starting to come into balance and form despite eclipse season. Cross my fingers, right? Virgo, this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Guys, always discern the messages. I hate to give that spiel every time I open a video, but you know, for newbies or those of you who are not acclimated to me, it just kind of gives you the rundown. 1, 2, 3 on the clock there, Virgo. All right, so let's just get straight into it. And a sincere thank you to you guys for sticking around and being patient with me. And for those of you who have subscribed and liked the videos and stuff, thank you so very much for that. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. So, all right, let's see, Virgo. Rest of October for the sign of Virgo, please, Spirit. I just got the word cattywampus from Spirit. That's a different one. We'll see what that means for you guys. The way this energy is feeling right off the bat, Virgo, is there's that Deceit card. What do you guys got going on? Honest to God. Virgo, it feels like nothing is just a straight course to get from point A to point B for you all right now. 2:12 on the clock. I don't know why the clock keeps catching my attention. But I feel like you're poking holes in somebody's story, is how this feels with this deceit and listen. Like, maybe something somebody has said to you, and your readings have come out like this now for, like, I want to say the last month and a half, 2 months. It's been wild that, you know, whoever or whatever you're dealing with is just not showing up in a state of grace or honesty or clear-cut energy for you. And I've done all these other readings, and still, like, it continues to pop out with you guys. But I feel like I feel like you may have already gone through a situation of kind of like a combative head-to-head kind of thing. I kind of feel like for a minute, pardon me, my nose ring is poking me. You know, you may have kind of laid low, I don't even want to say tucked your tail, but just kind of settled into, it is what it is. And now it's like coming head to head with something once again. This is cycling back around, and this could be due to the eclipse, right? But it's just like, again, you're starting to once again see somebody's motives or energy or why they are behaving in a way, and it's like on the verge of another face-off. You know, this eclipse is in the sign of Taurus. We are in Scorpio season. This full moon obviously being, you know, Taurus. This is a massive last push of lessons to close out the Taurus, Scorpio, North and South node as we move into, you know, we are in Aries and Libra, but those eclipses are going to start next year. This is really trying to get everybody to close out significant chapters of their life. It doesn't matter if you're a Taurus or a Scorpio, an Aries or a Libra. This is across the board. And it can feel, you know, as humans, I think we tend to take it as like an earth-shattering kind of energy. But it is, but it isn't. And when I say that it isn't, I'm not downplaying the severity of whatever it is that you're dealing with. But this is meant to clear the slate. This is meant to start over. And for those of you, Virgo, who have not invested in self-love and self-care this year, that's what 2023 is all about, is that self-love, that self-understanding, you know, sitting with the demons within ourselves as well. And Spirit just said, you know, it's a matter too, and I say this sometimes, deceiving ourselves about situations or people in our existence and how we're ready to close out a chapter in ourselves, you know, this self-awareness. So, yeah, Virgo, it's making my head hurt, honestly. Like, my head's spinning. All right. And I just said, you know, it's closing out things. It's a cycle that is working to close. 37, which breaks down to a 10 and a 1, always endings and beginnings. Something has got to complete in order for a newer beginning to occur. 11, from the 38 of the Deceit card as well. That is divine protection. That is new beginnings. It is a master number as well. It's a very significant time frame for you, Virgo. And then I said about, you know, self-understanding as well. And there it is, the restrictions that maybe you're living under, or maybe the way that you feel you may be restricting your self-confidence at this time too. So let's see. Fulfillment. You know, this to me, and 2 is, and then 15, which is also representative of the Devil card and fragment energy. Your fulfillment, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations are sitting on the other side of this particular situation. I kind of feel like you know, I want to say you could be dealing with a Scorpio as well, simply because I remember sitting and saying the things that I did in Scorpio's reading, but I will also say there's parts of your reading, Virgo, that seem to resonate with everybody's readings that I've done for mid-October. Your unification to your fulfillment is sitting on the other side of this situation, and it really has got to be addressed. And I feel like you may be poking holes even in your own stories, or really examining at this time what it is that you thought was going to be, and or had hoped for anyhow. But you're seeing that there's a lot of unclear energies around you right now. Okay? So let's see, Virgo. Spirit said someone's attempt at reconciliation is twofold. So, thank you, Spirit. So let's see. And that you know, to me, that speaks a motive. You know, what is their motive behind what it is that they're doing? This deceit. Let's see, Virgo, what's going on? You know, that 11 also breaks down to a 2. You've got the 2 on each side. This is, again, a standoff kind of energy between the 2 sides of a situation at this time. Speak up. You've taken in all that you can take in from a particular situation. And it's like, and it says, what are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. And on the other side of this, we have fulfillment. Pivot. What you have done, you know, it has not worked to date. You don't I'm going to say this. I feel the need to say this. 8:18 on the clock. You do not have the ability to control the way another person behaves, acts, thinks, or operates. You can work with a person, be compassionate with a person, be open to that person, but what they choose to do with what you give is ultimately on them to decide how they're going to receive that, and then what they're going to do with it. This pivot is a change up is required, and keep going. Don't give up on whatever it is that you're working towards and working for, because things are not working the way that you had hoped they would. This pivot is just asking you that you're going to have to make adjustments. And I think I've said this to you recently. If the things outside of us are not changing, and we're finding that there is frustration building as a result of that, the only thing we have control over, 9/19, is ourselves. So you're going to have to be the one to make some changes, because somebody else is not willing to do that at this time. Okay? So what is this cycles about for Virgo, please, Spirit, for the sign of Virgo? Your practical senses are getting in the way, is what Spirit just said, and thank you again, Spirit. As I say that, the grounding card comes out. The way you would practically do things, or the way that you have seen things for a very long time, and I feel like I'm going to talk to my masculine energies in regards to this message from what Spirit's giving me. the way that things have been done for such a long period of time are no longer sustainable. They don't work. It is a great split between the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies, but masculines, I feel like, when certain areas of our lives, you know, we all encompass that energy, both of those, right? That's the duality within us. But what has worked for so long is no longer working, right? There's the reason that pivot card comes out and shows itself, that there is a need for this massive change. And, you know, grounding your energy and asking yourself to get out of your head and into your body is necessary. You know, when we talk about grounding, you know, it's like stick your feet in the grass and to play with the soil and connect to nature. And those are ways to ground. But when you're in your head and you're overly contemplating things on a daily basis, you have to find a way to bring your energy level back down, so that it's like, I feel like the energy surrounding this Virgo is the logic. You know, it's like, it's only practical that we do things this way. There is a need to do it differently. And I know sometimes I feel like I repeat myself from message to message. And maybe I could deliver it a different way. I don't know. But this is what they give me. And this is what I'm giving to you. These redundant messages come out because there's something in that for you that's asking for your attention. And, you know, I just want to create. You're going to have to create a new vision around a cycle that continues to deceive you or blow smoke up your ass or whatever this is, or whoever this might be. And I said earlier about the compassion, reassess and compassion. Again, letting go of anything that is no longer serving you. And if this is a person, this is a job, this is a habit and a belief system, it's requiring restructure. You know, and sometimes I don't even like to say the re's. I mean, it's obviously a very significant thing as we deal with the retrogrades, and it's reevaluate, reassess, redo, rewrite, revise, re whatever. Retrograde itself, right? But you are to build a new foundation. Okay? You are to build a new foundation that creates this fulfillment. It's also the perspective in which you see it. It could be the worst thing in the world, or it could be the best thing. It's going to be how you choose to view it. To connect and to celebrate, I do think, and I just heard from Spirit, and thank you, I got the chills to my left side, you are going to connect with people that are meant for you. Some of you could be networking when it comes to work. There could be some celebratory energy around this connection as well. Spirit is saying deals are being made, and the thoughts, like the thought process of what it is that you're putting into the good is going to strike a chord somewhere. Like, it's going to be very beneficial. But again, in order to have this celebration, you're going to have to release the past. You're going to have to release a person, a place, a situation, or something. You know where this where it fits into your world better than I do, right? So there's a great need to be aware of that on the other side of this, you're going to get everything that you deserve and so much more. So if you've struggled with these things, celebration is coming in. Positive reinforcement is coming in to support you. You have door to value, Spirit, for Virgo, please, the rest of October. Angel of balance for Virgo, please. And taking action towards those things. Door to Spirit. Significant emotional and spiritual growth. Virgo, for whatever reason, I feel like some of this deceit right now may not be tied to another person. It could just be internally within you. That you may not feel worthy and deserving. Is that a word? It is now. Deserving of certain aspects in your life. And you may be feeling like you're hitting roadblocks at this time, which I think a lot of us truly are. Like, it's just like maybe, again, things that we had thought were going to work a certain way aren't. And, you know, I want to almost tell you to pull yourself out of that earth energy in a sense. Yes, ground, keep your energy stabilized and balanced. However, this connection between the door to value and the door to spirit, the value is not always money. So I'm getting two stories here, or two stories, I guess you could call them, from spirit. One, get out of your mind in the tangible realm. This is not about a facade. This is not about what it appears to be. This is about the value is going to sit in your growth as a person, your spiritual growth, your awareness to things. This is not going to quite be, again, maybe you're very comfortable, Virgo, as an earth sign, right? You are the pentacle, essentially, right? That's what you have based your world on, is house or home or cars or, a brand or something like that, or even a title. It's not about that. It's not about what the appearance is anymore. It's about your spiritual growth. And this could be a space of deceiving yourself. Second to that, Virgo, in dealing with another person, if you're dealing with somebody who has not been honest, again, you're poking holes in their story. You might be calling them out for their bullshit as well. The motive here is money. The motive is some type of stability that they're trying to secure for themselves in dealing with you or handling things with you, because to them, you create a balance that they need, that they feel like they can't balance out themselves. This angel of balance, a 12 breaks down to a 3. I'm hearing from spirit, balancing your emotions. Trying to balance your emotions, and your emotions could be the thing that have you feeling, or has you feeling flighty and inconsistent. And I do think that it's creating a roadblock to your creative process in any area of life moving forward. There's going to be challenges to climb, but again, there's the pyramids in the card are indicative of the divine. Those pyramids coming to that point are the direction, above us. That is spirit's work that is trying to be done, and they're trying to work with you and pull you back down. When I say to earth, not in the sense of the 3D realm, but to keep you grounded in what you need to know, and not allowing your emotions to carry you away, but being aware. I hope the way I just said that makes sense to you. Action 8, cycles, again, that you're closing something out. There's the need to close something out and to take forward movement into the new way. This card also reminds me of the Chariot card. You could be dealing with a Cancer. It is the duality. It is the light and the dark. There is the negative and the positive sides of everything, or as we perceive it to be, everything that we deal with. But it also, again, is going to be about your perception of how you're handling a given situation. But it's time to let the light take the lead. Okay? All right, Virgo. Let's see. Let's do some clarifying here. 4 of Cups. What is this for Virgo? The 2 of Cups. Again, another 2. The 10 of Cups. And the Moon. So Pisces, Pisces, Cancer energy. And then we've got the 4, the 2, and the 10 of Cups, all emotionally charged energy. There's the 7 of Swords underneath the Moon and the Fool. Virgo, this takes me back to, there is a tie to somebody when it comes to this emotional desire of fulfillment with something. That door to value is somebody not seeing that there's more to this than just the world, the material world. When I see the 7 of Swords and this Moon together, it is lies, it's deception, it's manipulation. We always say you can't see everything under the moonlight. It's dark on the other side, right? But there's something about a medical situation. I almost feel like it's like one side of this is reaching out in true compassion. The other side of this has ulterior motives to a particular situation. Because what I feel like with this masculine energy is, if that's you, you could be reaching out to somebody else in compassion, going, it's going to be fine, it's going to be all right. And yet, they don't see it. Again, there are reasons for why they continue to invest in something with you. I'm going to just call them sketchy. You know? You may be focused on the past too, Virgo. You were this person. Very much focused on the past and what it is that you've already built and created. So if you've been with somebody for the long term, you know, you could have kids, grandkids, home, cars, businesses. I mean, it could be anything, right? You spend your life with somebody, you build all kinds of things. And they're even saying 2 to 10 years. So it's like you could have really built the beauty of what you thought was going to be your entire life. And then realizing, or not wanting to realize, the self-deception that there's something else out there now for you. That this cycle is trying to close and complete. It's asking you to take a risk. It's asking you to step into the next best thing. And that can be really hard when we realize that, you know, like you hear stories all the time of people being married for 20, 30 years, and all of a sudden we're like, you know, oh my gosh, so-and-so is getting a divorce. What do you mean? Yeah, you know, I mean, granted, it's just the world that we live in at this time. But I just keep hearing from Spirit, holding up appearances. Why are we holding up appearances if we're not happy? That's going to create more inner turmoil for you. What is this Angel of Balance? The Strength card, the Hierophant, talking about marriages, and the Ten of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles. All right. Looking back at this, let me take a look at something. I will say this, for some of you, if this past energy of this deception, whether this was from you or somebody else, one of a couple of things here, Virgo. You could be starting over with this person, or you could be starting over anew on your own. I do see, let me see, the Nine of Wands. If there is, I'm going to say this, if there is a reconciliation of anything, there is a great need of forgiveness. Somebody else, this is going to go a couple different ways. Somebody else could be walking out of something and saying, take it all. I don't want to do this anymore. Or you could be offering that to somebody going, I don't want to do this anymore. But it's requiring great bravery to move through this debacle. It's almost like I'm seeing like terms and contracts and conditions surrounding this. That sometimes, as much as you're speaking up, some things you feel like may be better left unsaid. Like this is the commitment that I made to something, so here it is. And I do feel like you're trying to work with somebody and trying to create some kind of fairness, but it's exhausting you. That Nine of Wands, you know, it's like, I think it's wearing on your mental energy during this time. And I'm hearing from Spirit the words, are you sure? So, you know, decipher what that means for you, but are you sure, Virgo, about whatever this is? So whatever you're questioning at this time, make sure that your gut is on board with whatever it is. Like you're not doing it just because you feel like you have to do it. You're doing it because it feels like the right thing to do. All right. What is this action? Whoa. And then the Ace of Wands shows up in the reverse. Ten of Swords. And the Six of Wands comes out sideways with the Star. There is a whole... I almost feel like, Virgo, you don't trust your own self at this point. When it comes to something in particular. Two of Swords, the High Priestess, the Star. The Two of Swords is our own indecisions. It is it's like not wanting to see something. for what it is. You could also be trying to balance something out again. You know, just trying once again to make it work. You get to decide what part of the cycle you're going to live in moving forward. The Ace of Wands in the reverse, the Ten of Swords, the Six of Wands. Spirit is saying short-term wins, losses, and gains with this energy. If somebody is coming to you and presenting you these offers, you know, granted, I don't have anything that would show offers on the table, but what Spirit's giving me, if they're making you these offers of renewal, that Ace of Wands in the reverse this is not making forward movement. You cannot make forward movement with the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Wands in the upright is the potential of taking action, inspired action. To me, the Ace of Wands in the reverse is manipulation again, especially given the Ten of Swords. And what I find interesting to me is there's the three of swords stick out. Three of those swords, the way they're positioned, stick out to me heavily. And I feel like that's impacting your ability to speak upon something. I also feel like it's affecting your ability to think about things. And I think that it's breaking your heart in the meantime, simultaneously. The way that fourth sword is positioned, it could be considered to be part of that group or not. Four of Swords is healing, right? It is healing, it is resting, it is putting things to bed that have disrupted our peace. Mathematically, if you change it up and go from that 3 to the other 7, that is deception. It is, you know, stealing, cheating, lying, trying to get away with something, running out on something. Should you have the Six of Swords, it is moving on to calmer waters. When I have that star, the star, you know, we talk about the wish fulfillment and things like that, Aquarius energy. I will say to you, you could also be finding out that an Aquarius has betrayed you in some regard. So you could heavily be dealing with an Aquarius energy in this. But that Six of Swords is to move on. There's a very vast inner knowing with you, and you've got to get out of that mind, like I said earlier, and get into your intuition. Door to Spirit. Spirit is and there's the Journey card. It's getting up and going, packing her bags and taking what is necessary and leaving and picking a new direction. And that may be the hard thing for you right now, Virgo, and I almost said Pisces, because where you're at, there, you know, that Six of Wands, there's no forward movement. There's no victory and success. There is no necessarily falling back. You're just kind of staying stuck. If you don't make these moves and this connection up here, you know, you could be reassessing the connections of the people that you have broken bread with. People you thought had your best interest at heart or were being sincere may not have been. But again, on the other side of this, when you let go of this connection and move into the next best thing, it's going to be a cause for celebration for you. There is something very beautiful on the other side, but this is also a spiritual awareness and the need for spiritual alignment. Eight of Cups and the Star. Do not turn your back to your own personal healing for the sake of another person. Period. You know, and then again, what maybe you thought was that wish fulfillment is something you need to walk away from. Okay? Clarify this Door to Spirit. One card for Door to Spirit, please. If you feel burdened, you feel let down, you may have to rebuild, right? But there's that Wheel of Fortune I told you. There's something very positive on the other side of this. Spirit's asking you to give it to them, to let go of apprehension, going, I'm going to be in some kind, it's almost like I feel like with this Seven of Pentacles, you feel like you're moving into the next phase without certain aspects of what was the Ten of Cups. I mean, the Granite of Pentacles or the Ten of Pentacles. You know, those two cards are some of the most fruitful cards in the deck, but the way they're coming out here with this doubt, it doesn't work in the long term. it doesn't bring true fulfillment, because there's strings attached to this. Okay? So, all right, let's get you guys some advice. You know, I'm going to say both sides to whatever this situation is. There is a requirement of some up-leveling. If you're dealing with health issues, I do think that some positive news that you've been waiting on for some time is going to come in for you as well. And maybe that's why somebody's stuck around just long enough. I don't know. It's just messages, side notes that Spirit's giving me. You were waiting on some good news, waiting on an even exchange, something to give back to you. But the problem with this is, I feel like one side's giving more than the other. All right. Spirit's also saying something about somebody being on maternity leave as well. So you could have been, having to decide between a home life and a work life. What's going to serve me and my family better at the end of the day. Formation. Spirit is saying to take a rest and literally lay your head back. Lay back and rest. I feel like there is a need. Like, I can see, again, masculine energies with this. Whether you're just laying down and resting your head, or you haven't done this and you feel like you need to. But just lay back on your bed, put your feet up, and just breathe. Take a rest, take a nap. Like, I don't care if it's midday or not. Take a moment for you. You need that moment right now. You need that time. I just want to show this to you. I always want to show things to you guys. The first deck of cards that I laid out on the bottom, I didn't even see that there. There is the fragment card. The very last is part of your advice. There is the fragment card. Two completely different decks. This energy is so scattered as to whether to go or whether to stay, because it has become extremely complicated. The information you're taking in has become extremely complicated and confusing. But again, on the other side of this, there is success. On the other side of this is success. There is that cause for celebration. You have to be willing to take those steps to achieve that for yourself. But that fragment, Virgo, delivering these messages sometimes are not the easiest thing to do, because I feel that energy. And I'm trying to read for all of you, right? It could feel like the hardest thing to deal with. And if this is love related, you were drawn to something within this person or this situation. And it has required so much of you for so long. You've had to buck up, lace your boots, go out and kick ass, go to war, whatever it is. Whatever it is, like, you've gotten up every day in your world and you have shown up for the sake of this Ten of Cups and this Ten of Pentacles. For the sake of tradition, for the sake of doing what you felt you needed to do because you were drawn to make it work. And it's like those foundations with this fragments, it may have brought things into your tangible world. It may have created that appearance, that pretty appearance. But what it's done is deplete your soul. It has worn you out. It has caused cracks within you, whether it's via the means of your health, your mental capacity, lacking your own personal wish fulfillment. It has just worn you down. And Spirit wants this next chapter of your life to be a cause for you to celebrate what you've done, how far you've gone, And there will be people there to celebrate with you. There will be people there that respect you for the right reasons, that are there because of who you are rather than what it is that you have. It's going to be very different for you. And this can be like a shaking to the core center of your being, that this is a whole new experience, something that you've not witnessed or paid attention to in yourself or your life or the world, or, you know, and I'll say this, that whatever this is, I don't think it ever started off intentionally that way. But it's like history repeating itself, though. You've watched this happen over and over and over again. And when you see this happen this way, you can't not recognize it. And that deceit, that self-sabotaging belief system, right, could simply be refusing to believe what it is right in front of your eyes. Okay? So I'm going to say, like, to me right now, like, I feel disappointed in this. Not in the reading itself, but the energy associated. It's like almost like disappointment that you guys are feeling and tied to a situation, and that can feel really heavy. But know that it's just for now. It doesn't stay this way, only if you choose to allow it to stay that way. Okay? All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys found that this reading resonated in some part and it gave you clarity anyhow around something. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's super helpful to me, to you, and to everybody else. If you found it resonated, please feel free to like, comment, share, all that good stuff as well. Again, personal readings, excuse me, are open and available to anybody interested. And you can check out that information in the description box below, the About section of the page, and you can also go to holisticallyzenwb.com for a full list of products and services. Virgo, I'm wishing you the best through this eclipse season. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Thanks.